Alright, y'all. So for your underlying energy, you have the devil. The devil's coming up. Don't freak out. Don't worry. This actually is not a bad card. When this card comes up, this does indicate here that you may be dealing with certain behaviors that may have not worked in the past for you. Like bad habits, perhaps. And some of these habits are not necessarily bad, but they don't really necessarily assist you. Like for instance, codependency. Those things like that, they don't really necessarily help you out because they make you feel like you have to either help people when you really don't have to. If you're not in the right, if you're not in the right place, in the right zone to kind of give help, if you don't want it, you don't have to give it. You should never have to feel obligated to give it. Also, guys, with the devil coming up, this is also talk about attachments, karmic attachments to people. But I really feel like today it's not necessarily talking about karmic attachments to folks. I do feel like there is something. There's some old ways of behaving, some old ways of doing something. And it has a lot to do with communication. These old ways, these old patterns of communicating. And I feel like that is the thing. You may also feel disempowered at the moment, like you're feeling trapped in your situation, especially in regards to communication. You may not feel like you're able to say what you want to say. So behaviors, that is it, but I don't think it's necessarily toxic behavior. It could be a toxic relationship, but I don't think so. What I'm getting from here is that there is a situation where you may feel like you're not able to do what you want to do. You're not able to spread your wings, do what you want, say what you want. And I feel like right now, this whole reading is about finding the control and the power in yourself. So we're gonna jump into this. Your current state of being here is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is talking about commitment, legacy. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're dealing with family at this time. Or you're looking back at your legacy, looking back at your generations, and you're looking at what you want to do for yours. For a lot of you guys, you could be reaching the absolute top. You guys may be really happy about where you are with you and your relationships. You guys may be really feeling happy about where you've come from and where you are now. I really feel like for a lot of you guys, this is still about commitment of some sort, the commitment that you have in relationships, and this could be about family. Guys, where you guys want to be. You always want to feel like more of yourselves. I feel like you guys really want to vibe that Queen of Cups energy. You want to be able to, follow your intuition, heal. You want to do the things that Cancers can do, right? Is to just, be in your emotions, be comfortable, know what your heart's desire is, and, you'll be the support that you need. You may even want support from somebody right here, because the Queen of Cups is someone that can be very supportive. She provides emotional support. She's encouraging. She's really she's a cheerleader in a way that can push you to do the things that you want to do, follow your heart and everything. She's very encouraging. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, if this isn't you wanting to be in your energy and feel more empowered in yourself, because again, this is a card from feeling like you're trapped in a situation. I do feel like you guys want a little bit more support. You guys want to feel loved. You want to feel love. And I feel like ultimately you want to be able to heal from situations and be vulnerable and comfortable in your environment. Now, the thing that's keeping you from the Queen of Cups here is the Knight of Pentacles. There is a pattern of hesitation, holding back, perhaps for fear, but you're also taking a step back as well, or somebody else is taking a step back to really analyze the situation and really give it a thorough look over. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There we go. I was trying to remember all the earth signs. I don't know all the earth signs already, but you know what I'm trying to say. So I feel like for a lot of you guys could be dealing with a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, and they're taking a very long time. And I feel like it has a lot to do with some sort of, procrastination thing. And I'm not saying that they're doing it on purpose. Usually when the Knight of Pentacles is procrastinating, when I use quotations, when they procrastinate or they take a long time, is because they really want to make sure that they want to make sure that whatever they go into, whatever they're committing to, they know the ins and outs of it. Sometimes you just can't know. And that's the thing with the Hierophant that came up when it fell out, is that there's some things that you can't see. You have to trust, you have to go on intuition. For some of you guys, this could be you, right? Because this is about you. This could be that you may not jump in, you may not feel fully invested in it, and you're not really sure if you can invest into even a new venture because you don't know how the ending will turn out. You don't know where it could lead. You don't even know the person enough to feel comfortable with committing that far because you can't see that far. And sometimes you just can't, right? And that's the same thing with the person that you may be dealing with that's holding you up, right? If you're not doing this, it's someone else. This could be that this other person is taking their time and looking this thing through thoroughly, and wow, and you see who is doing it, and the reason why is because of the King of Pentacles. So a Knight and a King is here, so you guys could be dealing with some serious Earth energy. Capricorn is a big one, considering that the devil is here, right? The devil is ruled by Saturn. Saturn rules Capricorn. This is Capricorn's card. And I know a lot of Capricorns don't like being told that they're the devil. They're not the devil. You show power. You show integrity. You show that you can be strong. You can tackle a mountain even though it looks like you can't get out of it. That's why the devil's amazing, and that's why you guys have that card. That's why Capricorns have the card. Capricorn is your 7th house, guys. So it could be about feeling secure in your relationships, since your 7th house is about security, power, things like that. A lot of the times for Cancer, for life, you guys may go through situations where you have power struggles in your relationship, and it's because there's somebody that either you guys find very dominant people or very underdominant people that try to gain dominance from you, and that's a hard thing, right? Because you're always giving, you're always kind, and you may have to watch out for people because with your placement being, the 7th house being in Capricorn, that's just, your 1st house, like a 7th house, you may have control situations. Now, this could also indicate that you have problems in identifying your own power in your relationships. Not necessarily that there's anybody in your relationships at all, but that you have a hard time identifying the ability that you have, the power that you have, the boundaries that you have in your own relationships. And that's a hard one, right? Especially when you are, like I said, you're always giving, your space is always open, your sign speaks a lot about home and family, so you are very collective when it comes to people, despite how closed off you can be to protect yourself. So that's a little hard one, but I do feel like perhaps the reason why someone's taking a long time because they don't know if they were willing to commit. The King of Pentacles, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Someone that you find is very hardworking, stable. I feel like this is slow because someone else could be focusing on finances and money. This could be that somebody is, really focusing on other things. They're trying to be more stable for you for both of you guys, because by focusing on work, which not necessarily is it's not acceptable. Still, if you don't have if you don't have an emotional connection with your partner, having finances to build a relationship would be pointless at the point. So I feel like for the King of Pentacles, they have the heart in the right place, but them doing whatever they're doing, it's like, you have to have that emotion there, right? So you guys can be dealing with an individual that's very, very practical, and the reason why they're not really speeding the process up, or there is a feeling trapped, is because somebody's so focused on money and they're the breadwinner or something like that, or you could be the breadwinner and they're feeling, I don't know, they're feeling a little bit hesitant. Well, the advice for you guys is the Ace of Cups. Now it's funny because Geminis, they have the Ace of Wands as their advice, right? And beginnings, starting something new. And I feel like for you guys, it's time to have a bit of emotional openness. I'm not saying that you guys are not emotionally open. What I am saying though is that initiating some sort of emotional communication, it's not necessarily emotional communication, but start knowing what you want, figuring out what it is that you want, starting a new journey with this relationship. Begin to open the pathways of your emotions, and that's the hard part, right? But you're a water sign. You have extensive access to your emotions. Other signs have a little bit of issue touching those aspects, and those little aspects are usually very tender. So your ability to go ahead and go in and begin something new emotionally is a specialty of yours. So I feel like showing your support, being open emotionally, and identifying what it is that you want, that's what's going to bring the power back in your relationship, because you know what you want. You're going to make the boundaries necessary in place to make that happen. how you feel, you have Judgment. I do feel like you guys have gone through a major change. This whole year has been crazy. We've been going through cycles and cycles and cycles of change, and it's been exhausting. I know you guys are exhausted. I know Scorpios and Pisces, they've been going through it, and especially Taurians and Arians and Aquarians. Aquarians and Capricorns, you guys have all had a huge amount of change this year. So I feel like with Judgment, yes, you recognize how far you've come, you've recognized how much you've changed, and this is a serious situation where you're like, this is a test on your integrity, test on who you are. And I feel like, yeah, you do feel like this call of action, and this call of action has nothing to do with what you want in a relationship. And I feel like emotionally, there's not a lot available here. Okay, you feel trapped, and you don't feel emotionally supported. So yeah, this person may be focusing primarily on practical stuff, because to maintain a lifestyle that you guys may have, because you have 10 of Pentacles already. You may either you're trying to get there, or you have gotten here. And I feel like honestly you have gotten here. You wouldn't get the 10 of Pentacles if you didn't. You might have something else, but somebody's a workaholic. Somebody's not really focusing on the relationship. Somebody's focusing on practical stuff. That's what I feel. And it's not, like I said, they're not doing it to be mean. They're not doing it to detach. They're not doing it for anything else. They're trying to maintain the relationship and maintain the lifestyle. Now, your hopes and fears is the Chariot, which is your card. Okay, I like that. You have Chariot here, Cancer, and the Devil card that's Capricorn. The opposites are in the reading here. Interesting. But with the Chariot coming up as your hopes and fears, I do feel like you guys want to take control of the situation, ultimately. Like, you want to see that your efforts actually have an effect in your relationship. Now, I feel like you will, and it can, as long as you believe that is so and you do something about it. Because the Devil is talking about you showing your power, right? Showing that you do have power in a relationship. Building the boundaries necessary. And I feel like this is the opportunity. You want to be successful, and you're showing your boundaries, or stating your boundaries, and that's totally acceptable. But you have to make the action toward it first. Being emotionally open is going to help you with that. Okay. Now, your outcome is the Moon, and I know I don't like seeing this card either when it comes to the outcome, because they don't tell you much of anything when this comes up. The thing is, I feel like, but what makes up for the Moon being in your outcome is that it's pushing you to trust yourself to make the outcome whatever you want it to be. You have the 10 of Pentacles here, which is a great ending, right? It's a great place to be. You have family, you have support, you have love, you have security. You may not, the emotional aspect may be something that's on the dry side. There's not a lot of passion here. There's not a lot of emotion going on. That's okay, though. You can start it again. You have the platform to do it. You have the foundation to do it. You are in a committed relationship with this individual. You can make this work. It's going to require you to really understand and see your emotions, though, to know how you feel in every moment. Don't worry about the fears, though. You may end up running into situations where you're more, it's a scary territory, so have your emotions open. Cancer, like I said, although you're emotionally open, you're about the home, you're protective, right? The home is not a place where you could just literally just walk into somebody's house and go, hey, mikasa, sukasa. Some of you guys do that, and that's cool, but not necessarily so. How the structure of a house is built is to protect the family, is to protect. So you guys are protective of yourself. You guys are protective of your emotions. Scorpios are protective of their emotions. Pisces, I'm not too sure about them, but in a way, they are protective of their emotions. They're more open about it, but they're a little more protective too. So you know what you need to be open. And I feel like you have everything necessarily there to do it. It's a scary territory, but I feel like with this person, you can, because you are in a place where you can feel safe enough to be emotionally open. It's going to require you to have faith, to trust your intuition, to go with how you feel. Not everything is going to be illuminated for you to be seen, but the things that can be seen, don't allow your mind to speculate and flam, I guess blow that up in your head, pretty much. Like you see like a spider in the dark, it looks huge because of the shadow of the moon. When actually it's a tiny little thing. So be very careful. But ultimately, guys, I feel like the moon is pretty much telling you that you have the intuition there. You just have to trust how you feel. Allow the emotions to guide you with this relationship to push the emotion out. But it requires you to be emotionally open first. Okay? Let me go ahead and pull you guys your wisdom of the oracle for the week. Woo! You guys have 2 cards. I'm going to keep them. I like that. So you guys have poise and all that glitters, okay? Poise and all that glitters. And poise talks about you being ready. You're having everything that you need. You're prepared to go ahead and take on the journey that's ahead of you. And you are ready to start it. Judgment and the Ace of Cups are the biggest things that this is going to be highlighting here with poise. You do have everything that you need. You do have the ability and the power and the motivation in yourself to go ahead and get going. It may feel like you don't have a lot of options. Devil, showing that you're chopped, but it's okay. You actually do. It's just the environment that's making it look like that. It's your thoughts making it look like that, when in actuality you have all the control in the world. But you have to believe that first, and you have to know in yourself that you can make the relationship a lot better by showing that you can be emotionally open for that person that's kind of taking a long time procrastinating or focusing on practical stuff to be emotionally open with you. Now, with all that glitters, you have pretty much what the moon was talking about here. They'll allow the situation to be manipulated in a sense to scare you or to pull you back. Go in forward. Trust your intuition. Trust how you feel. And really look at the details. And I feel like with the Page of Pentacles, that's what the thing is about too, right? The situation is that someone's looking at the details really a lot and holding back. Now, for some of you guys, it could be that you may not be. Some of you may not be looking at the details. Some of you may not be seeing the situation for what they truly are. Or maybe not, because perhaps this person you feel is very stable already, and there's somebody that's not looking at the details. It could be someone like that. It may be you, maybe the other person, right? But this is asking you to look at the very details of something, okay? And that's what the Knight of Pentacles does. That's what the King of Pentacles does, is to look at the details. So for some of you guys, you guys not able to, follow, be the the Queen of Cups rather, or feel loved or whatever. It's because perhaps you don't know what it is that you want. Perhaps you haven't looked at the very details of what it is that you need to feel secure in your relationship because of the King of Pentacles. Now, this King of Pentacles could be that. Like somebody else, right? Providing support and security. Somebody's very demanding, very controlling in that sense. And then the King of Pentacles, they're very stubborn. Financially, it can be kind of intimidating in the workplace, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that should stop you from still feeling secure in yourself and in your relationships, okay? Let me move this up so y'all can see the cards. We'll go ahead and pull your Wisdom of the Oracle for the week as well. This is a pretty powerful reading, but you guys got everything. I'm happy for you guys to get even to the Ten of Pentacles. You guys are in a place where you guys can feel very secure. And if it's pursuing your own career and you're worried about your partner supporting you, I really feel like do it anyway. That just is even more motivation to do it. You know what I mean? Okay. So you guys have here receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something loving from others is a way of showing love. And I agree. Ace of Cups is not just about starting something new, but it's also, an emotional openness. Emotional openness is what? Giving and receiving. And that's what I was talking about earlier with the devil. Be careful of codependent relationships, that you're not giving so much, that you're also receiving. Okay? The King of Pentacles received so he could give. So it's time to receive so you could give too. You know what I mean? If you want to give some more, you have to receive with love to give gratitude for your ability to give as well, to give gratitude for someone else coming from a place of love as well, because they're only giving you things because they love you. And that could be it, right? Maybe you're not receiving something. Or maybe there's someone that's offering you something, and there's someone from they're pretty wealthy, or they give a lot, and you don't really want to actually take something from someone else. I could see that here. But being open to love is receiving it. The Queen of Cups, she receives her information. She always receives. She doesn't go after anybody. She receives. She knows that whatever she wants, it will come to her. So it's going to require you to receive.